Do. And for as long as Austin Matthews is out, that's going to be prominent. And, he skated yesterday in practice, so possibly he's getting close to a return. Obviously did not play in this afternoon's game against the Islanders. We'll see what happens moving forward into the new year. As of now, I guess he's day-to-day. He was placed on IR retroactively, so he could technically be brought off at any point. I believe he's already missed 7 full days. So it's more of a paper move than anything to get an extra body up with the team. But we'll see. I mean, when it comes to Austin Matthews and his health, we just don't know what the situation is at all. Is it serious? Is it not? I mean, he already missed 9 games before. He came back, tried to fight through it, and then it re-aggravated itself. And now we see that he's skating again, which is a positive sign. But how much longer is it going to take for him to feel game ready? And when he does get to be game ready, can he stay game ready? And that's kind of the big question. And if not, then that's why the conversation starts. Well, then let's, think of a backup plan and have someone else to possibly move up. Because again, look, you can get away with only scoring 2 goals against the New York Islanders. It's not a team that can score a whole heck of a lot. But when you get closer to the playoffs, when you're going up against the Floridas, the Tampas of the world, you cross over, you got Carolina, Washington, you need more than 2 goals. The goaltending has been terrific, obviously, but you can't rely on that to always be like a .940 save percentage like you saw Joseph Woll tonight, really excellent. You're not going to get that each and every game, so you got to find a way to score, and you got to add some depth to make that happen.
Oh, no doubt about it. And the bottom line is, Al's brother, it's not about whether or not Austin Matthews is skating. It's about whether or not he's dominating, right? And that's the issue here. It's not about whether he's good enough to get out there. It's about whether he's good enough to go out there and be the guy that can dominate NHL games and carry this team in big moments, because that's what he's paid to do. And if he's not that guy, don't bring him back. We don't want to see him out there at 50%. We don't want to see him out there at 60%. We don't want to see him out there at 30-goal pace. Nobody wants to see that. Let him rest until he's ready to go at 100% or very close thereof, because I just don't see the point of bringing him back in these half measures. This is about getting Austin Matthews back to full strength.
Yeah, well, hopefully the new year can bring him some good health. Isn't that what we always wish people? Hope for good health in 2025. I think
exactly.
All of Leafs Nation hoping for that for Austin Matthews. Hit these Joseph Woll, too, again today. Looked like there was a little something, a little tenseness on that groin. And I know that there was a lot of Leafs Nation that sat there and went, uh-oh. I know I tweeted out, I think it was like, oh, no, Wooly, don't go out of this game, because you can't afford that. You already got Stolarz out a couple of weeks, and Woll, we already know the track record. Like, anytime this guy is going to shake out a leg or make some sort of stretch while he's out there in a game, it's always going to get your attention, isn't it, Dave?
Well, that's the problem, right? Like, watching this guy as a Maple Leaf fan, like, your heart is in your throat, right? Because you know the history, and you know that the guy can play great in Game 6, and then on the very last play of Game 6, what happened? He hurt his back. He can't play in Game 7. The season's ruined. You know what I mean? And that's a scary feeling, and that's why, look, you talk about who needs to come back at 100%. It's Anthony Stolarz. They need Anthony Stolarz back at 100%. They cannot be fooling around here, bringing him back too early in the way they brought Matthews back too early. This is, the injuries are going to be the story of 2025 for the Maple Leafs. There's no doubt about it, at least for the first few months. And if they're not healthy, you're right. Toast to the Leafs' health tonight at midnight if you're a Leaf fan, because they need it. They need it, as many good wishes as possible coming their way.
Yeah, they need it in spades, that's for sure. So the Leafs with a 3-1 win over the New York Islanders today. The Raptors currently in action right now to finish off their 2024 slate. We got a big showdown tonight. Canada, USA, New Year's Eve, World Juniors. It should be a classic as usual. Mike Johnson going to join us at 5:30. He'll tee up the game. He's on the color commentary for that one. And Hazy B coming up at 6:30. Not sure what we're going to talk about. Not sure. I have no idea. We'll see. I'm sure he's got opinions on the Leaf game, among other things.
Where's the Hazenbro merchandise store, and where can I buy a Hazenbro championship hat? That's what everybody wants to know.
We'll talk, Feschuk. We'll talk.
Okay.
If you want to jump on Hazenbro and you want to give us one of these, we could talk, and we can possibly set you up with some merch.
I'm just asking on behalf of the listeners. I'm asking on behalf of the listeners that are the fanboys that want to be a part of the Hazenbro experience.
It's in the works. It's in the works.
right.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned is what we'll have to say for that one. All right. Overdrive, we got a fun show here to wrap up the new year. Like I said, Johnny and Hazy B coming up in a little bit. We're going to be looking back on 2024, a little year in review today, and looking forward at some New Year's resolutions. Confirm or deny coming up in the 6 o'clock hour. Overdrive continues on.
Leafs all in on center hunt. Treliving's bold moves could shape Toronto's future. As a die-hard Toronto Maple Leaf supporter, it's hard not to get excited about the latest trade buzz surrounding the team. Brad Treliving, the Leafs general manager, appears poised to make some daring moves to strengthen the squad's depth down the middle. The whispers of significant trades are growing louder, and Elliotte Friedman of Sportsnet has added fuel to the fire with his recent revelations. The situation has become even more pressing as the Leafs grapple with the ongoing upper body injury to team captain Auston Matthews. Matthews has already missed the last 4 games, and while the team is doing its best to stay afloat, the need for reinforcements at center is undeniable. Treliving, it seems, is ready to part with valuable assets to address this glaring need. The centers on Treliving's radar. Names like Jake Evans from the Montreal Canadiens, Brock Nelson from the New York Islanders, and the Philadelphia Flyers' Morgan Frost have been mentioned as potential targets. These players bring a mix of experience and skill, each offering something unique to the Leafs lineup. But, as Friedman highlighted during his appearance on the Fan 590's The Fan Hockey Show, the price tags for these players vary significantly. That's the number one thing he's, Treliving, been looking at all season, Friedman noted, emphasizing the GM's focus on finding the right fit at center. This isn't just about plugging a hole, it's about finding a player who can elevate the team to new heights. Priorities in focus. While some fans might argue that the Leafs need help on defense, Friedman suggested that Treliving's primary focus is elsewhere. They did a lot of their work in the off-season. I think now there's a question if they need to go find someone to play with Morgan Rielly, he explained. But, it's not their number one priority. I believe their number one thing all season has been, let's find another center. This clear focus on center depth speaks volumes about Treliving's strategy. The Leafs are willing to pay a hefty price, but there's a caveat: the player must come with term. Why term matters? The preference for term isn't just a strategic move, it's a sign that Treliving is thinking long-term. Rentals can be tempting, especially for a team looking to make a deep playoff run, but they often come with risks. One of the things I've heard is that if they're going to spend assets on a center, they would prefer it to be someone with term, Friedman revealed. This approach ensures that any trade made benefits the Leafs beyond the immediate future. Internal struggles and potential fits. Internally, the Leafs have tried to find solutions. Fraser Minton showed promise earlier this season, but the organization prefers to let him develop further with the Marlies. Meanwhile, the Leafs' current lineup has struggled to maintain its depth in Matthews' absence. One intriguing option could be Vincent Trocheck from the New York Rangers. With the Rangers facing their own challenges, could they be persuaded to part with a player like Trocheck, who already has chemistry with Leaf stars from last year's All-Star game? The road ahead. As the calendar flips to 2025, the trade deadline looms larger. Treliving's actions in the coming months will undoubtedly shape the Leafs' playoff aspirations and potentially their long-term future. For Leafs fans, the anticipation is palpable. Every move, every rumor, and every game feels like a piece of the puzzle. Treliving's willingness to swing for the fences shows a commitment to bringing a championship to Toronto, a dream that has eluded the franchise for far too long. Why this matters? This isn't just another season. This is a chance for the Leafs to solidify their identity as a contender. With Matthews expected to return and the possibility of a major trade to bolster the lineup, the team is poised to make a statement. Treliving's boldness, combined with the team's potential, makes it an exhilarating time to be a Leafs fan. Whether it's Evans, Nelson, Frost, or another unexpected addition, one thing is clear: the Leafs are in it to win it. So, buckle up, Leafs Nation. The journey ahead promises to be as thrilling as it is unpredictable. Treliving's moves could define the legacy of this team, and, hopefully, end the championship drought that has haunted Toronto for decades. The weight of expectations. The Leafs are no strangers to the pressure of the spotlight. Toronto is a hockey city, and the Maple Leafs are its beating heart. Every move made by management is scrutinized, every decision debated endlessly by fans and analysts alike. Treliving stepped into a challenging role when he took over as GM, and his willingness to take bold steps shows he understands the weight of these expectations. What makes this moment particularly critical is the team's current window of contention. With stars like Auston Matthews, Mitch Marner, and William Nylander in their prime, the Leafs are in win-now mode. The front office knows that wasting even a single season could have long-term repercussions. Austin Matthews, the catalyst. Matthews' injury has highlighted just how crucial he is to the team's success. While his absence has been manageable in short bursts, it's clear that the Leafs' center depth isn't built to withstand prolonged stretches without their captain. This has amplified the urgency to bring in another center who can contribute immediately and lessen the load on Matthews when he returns. The captain's recovery timeline is still uncertain, but Treliving's proactive approach suggests the team isn't willing to gamble on waiting too long. The goal is clear: solidify the lineup so that when Matthews is back, the Leafs are firing on all cylinders. The cost of boldness. The term significant assets isn't used lightly. Whether it's high draft picks, promising prospects, or even current roster players, Treliving is signaling that no stone will be left unturned. The Leafs' prospect pool is respectable but not overflowing, meaning any trade will have to be meticulously calculated. There's also the financial aspect. The Leafs are a team that operates near the salary cap, so any addition will require shrewd cap management. Could Treliving pull off a move that strengthens the roster without hamstringing the team's flexibility? If he does, it would be nothing short of a masterstroke. The fan base's role. Leafs Nation, passionate as ever, has already begun dissecting potential trade scenarios. Social media is abuzz with debates about who should be targeted and what assets should be sacrificed. Fans understand the stakes, and there's a growing sense of anticipation, bordering on impatience, for Treliving to make his move. It's a delicate balance for the GM. While fans demand immediate results, he must ensure that any deal aligns with a long-term vision of sustained success. The pressure to deliver is immense, but so is the potential reward. Comparisons to past GMs. Treliving's approach invites comparisons to his predecessors. Some GMs were criticized for being too conservative, while others were seen as overly aggressive. Treliving, however, seems to have struck a balance. He's willing to take risks, but only if they make sense for the team's broader goals. This calculated boldness is exactly what the Leafs need in this pivotal moment. If Treliving can pull off a game-changing trade, he could cement his place as one of the most effective GMs in recent Leafs history. The trade deadline looms. The NHL trade deadline is one of the most exciting times of the year, and this season promises to be no exception. With the Leafs actively shopping for a center, every rumor and report will be magnified. Other teams are watching closely, too, as any move by Toronto could shift the balance of power in the league. It's not just about who the Leafs acquire, it's about what message the move sends. A major trade would signal to the league, and to their own players, that Toronto is all in. That kind of confidence can be infectious, sparking a surge of momentum heading into the playoffs. Lessons from the past. Leafs fans have seen their fair share of trade deadline moves over the years, some more successful than others. From acquiring veterans to bolster playoff runs to making unexpected gambles, the franchise's history offers lessons for Treliving. The key will be avoiding the pitfalls of overpaying for short-term fixes while maximizing the impact of any new additions. The future of Fraser Minten. One of the most intriguing subplots is the development of Fraser Minten. The young center has shown flashes of brilliance but remains a work in progress.